Let's go live
Two
here.
Sleeves Ranch. That's why they're so good.
Yeah, George has been working on that. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right. I believe that we are live and we are feeding out to the people of the Utreons. And if you're watching this later, which inevitably happens on YouTube, we're live on the Utreon so that we can hold guns. That's right. Utreon allows us to be free and hold fire sticks, guns, whatever you want to call it. We can come up with all kinds of... I've got a funny story about this one that I'm going to tell later on. A funny, not so funny story. But, you know, so if you want to join us actually when we're live here, if I can get my camera to focus on my own self, go over to Utreon. That's the place to go. You want to know exactly what's going on with us, go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list there, and, you know, that's really the thing to do there. Also, for everyone who's watching right now, we just turned on a video on YouTube/HankStrange, so we can use all your help to go over there. You can, if you've got the power and the bandwidth, you can go. What's Walter showing a gun right there? Go ahead, you can show that gun, Walter. There you go. He's showing an arm pistol right now that we're going to talk about. If you're joining us for that, Babyface is wearing his HK hat. So, there we go. Galil coming into the...
I gotta get way back.
Don't fall back on that chair. Yeah, so we're going to talk about guns here as well as other stuff. So if you guys are all ready, let's see here. I think I could kick it off. Let's kick this off here. Let's see. Where is... Why did all my things... Everything... This whole thing, everything changed.
You updated it, didn't you?
Yeah, okay. I don't know what the deal is with that, but, oh, hold on, let's see. Is this it right here?
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, let's see. Let's throw the dudes up in there. There goes Babyface. There goes Walter right there. Where's Walter? Right here. There he goes. Walter, Babyface, and myself. We are live. Let's do the jazz hands. There you go. Jazz hands going. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on, because we are live. Yeah, someone ring the bell. The bells of freedom. Shit. Oh, okay. I got exactly what I bargained for out of that one. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we are live. This is episode 885. of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. So we're like 15 episodes away from 900 and about 115 episodes away from 1,000. You know, so yeah, it's on and popping. And what's it called today? Can Twitter be saved?
Plus, you want to talk about Twitter that today?
Yeah, FreeForAll Monday with Walter and Babyface P. What's up with you, dudes? Go ahead.
When's the Trumpster getting back on Twitter? Since
I'm wondering.
Is I don't know. Is 9% enough to get Trump back on Twitter? I thought
that was a controlling interest or some shit like that.
It's the highest single owner interest.
Yeah,
but there's nobody that's controlling probably.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll put him back on.
He buys. He says like Elon Musk buys a large stake in Twitter, 9.2% stake in Twitter, and I think what was that? A couple billion, 2.89 billion, based on the closing price on Friday, and then the price of the Twitter shares have gone up, but I'm not exactly sure where
he made a tidy profit off of just buying it. If he sold right now, he would have made a tidy profit.
You know what would be cool? If Musk would actually sell Twitter now, but he'll get in trouble with the FEC. What is it? FEC? SEC? SEC. He'll get in trouble. But if he sells now and then use that money, the profit, to start a social media, you think we could, no? Bad idea? Because I think that's a good idea.
He should make his own. I totally think he should make his own.
Yeah, that Trump thing right now, as far as I'm concerned, is whack. I'm still on the waiting list for that. Did anyone else get in? Because I'm not.
I haven't even.
It hasn't moved at all.
No. So that's pretty wickety whack, as we used to say in the olden days of hip hop. That's not really going anywhere. I don't think they have the money, but it's outside of the money, they don't have the understanding. Like, just because you have money and because you're persecuted doesn't mean that you got the skills that it takes to actually create a successful social media. I mean, So it's a good way to burn through a fortune, though, I'll tell you that. So
yeah.
Which is probably the reason why no one in our world, in the gun world, has seriously undertaken this endeavor.
Well, you must also remember that it's very, 1 minute you're hot and the next minute you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So once, like the Facebook's having the problem that, they say it's all old people on Facebook now.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Well,
the younger folks have moved on to something else more trendy.
So what I would say about that, a lot of that is the fault of the social medias themselves.
Well,
so I mean, first of all, Facebook was the most popular with folks like ourselves, and you know what they did to the people who they were the most popular with? Stepped on them.
They got out their big. They got their big cleaver out and just whack-a-doo.
They poisoned them like Putin, at an oligarch rally, just going around poisoning people.
I'd be willing to bet you Pooty Poot won't be around for too much longer.
Really? You like that, Patrick? You like Pooty Poot?
Yeah, no, that was good. Pooty Poot.
Pooty Poot, that's what Bush called him. That's what W called him, Pooty Poot.
Oh, really?
That was his nickname for Putin, Pooty Poot.
Oh my God. Oh, W gets worse and worse as time goes forward. He's so 42 Chilled says the filing disclosed that Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, bought roughly 73 million shares, or 9.2% of Twitter on March 14th. To put that into perspective, the social media network's founder Jack Dorsey owns 2.2% of company stock.
Okay, so that is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
But he doesn't have enough power to just make decisions.
Yeah, I don't know if he could fire people.
1%.
Yeah. I don't know if he could fire people or force it to go private. But so, when I look at this, first of all, I think that Twitter has the name recognition. And even though Facebook is kind of fallen off, Facebook is probably the biggest or close to the biggest social media. YouTube, I don't know if YouTube is really a social media. They're trying to keep up and be a social media. But I would say Facebook is the big one. But Facebook suffers from poisoning their own people. The people who went to Facebook, that's who Facebook punished. Okay?
And now Facebook's turned into, it used to be, primarily people and doing things, but now there's a lot of advertising. There's a lot of just this goofy.
That's all it is.
People putting stuff up to get views
or fake videos. Those are the funniest.
Yeah,
to
these
me.
fake videos. Yeah. Like, hey, watch this guy's cheat on his wife. And blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah,
Oh,
blah,
the fake wife ones are the funniest, right?
I can't watch it. They're too long. They're too long.
Create that?
The guy's sitting there with cards, holding into the mirror, like, check this out. This is my wife. She's a total slut. And he keeps putting up. I'm like, what? How is that? But that's what's popular because they're keeping you watching. It's the hook.
And that's how they make the money.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Listen.
So that's why I don't watch.
Because really, everything is boiled down. I had this conversation with Lola when we were listening to Joe Rogan had on Mr. Beast. And I went and listened to that episode. And I think I was talking to someone today about this. Worst Joe Rogan episode I ever heard.
Because they say a whole bunch of nothing?
No, because Mr. Beast is totally boring.
Yes, he's just boring.
He is totally
not
boring.
That exciting.
No, he's not. No, forget exciting, Patrick. He's not even interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The dude is not even interesting. And the only thing he wants to he keeps saying to Joe Rogan, can you go to my YouTube page? Oh, go look at this. Well, first of all, dude, they're not even showing YouTube YouTube, like Joe Rogan, I think put one clip on YouTube. I don't know if there's any other clips of Mr. Beast, but he keeps going to his own stuff, and even at the end of the day, like he said, he's like people get bored by him because he's all about YouTube, and that's why he's successful, because at the end of the day, the majority of the people of the world are sheep, and it's pretty easy to manipulate those people. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Patrick.
No, I agree.
Yeah. So this is the problem that we're facing. Like, we're dealing with, you got the sheep. You know, what is that NSX? What is that NSX? NXX. What was that song? Some of them want to use you, some of them want to be used by you.
Oh, God, yeah.
Is that NSX? I don't know. Who the hell was that?
No, that's what's her name?
I keep mixing that up.
That's
the lady.
Old school 80s.
Oh my God.
Annie Lennox.
Annie Lennox, but wasn't she?
Annie Lennox. Yeah.
Was she in NSX or NSX? No.
You're thinking that's in excess is a '90s thing. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, was she in a group?
Yeah, Annie Lennox.
Oh, Annie Lennox was. Yeah, wasn't she in it?
I think so.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that song sticks in my mind, and I think like most people just want like really super dumbed down. Eurythmics. Oh my God, yeah, Brian Quick, thank you, sir, for saving our old asses. We're so old we're forgetting names of things. Yeah, so Eurythmics.
I watched all that shit on MTV. What are you talking about?
Walter, you could say whatever you want to. MTV was not invented in 1950 when you were a teenager. Okay?
Nope.
MTV came around in my time, in the 80s.
When was this word invented?
That goes way back.
Yeah.
That goes, cursing goes way, way back. To the beginning of time.
Anglo-Saxon slang for sexual intercourse.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, the thing about all of this is that that's really the problem. And for the people who want to know the truth and have real discussions and put things up, the reason why companies have gotten away doing what they're doing to us, and I don't know if that's what I don't know if Musk is just trolling here or what he's up to, but they've gotten away with it because we're not big enough to really matter. Obviously, we don't matter to Facebook. Facebook was willing to go, nope, we're just going to control the news to these people. Do you know how many people got kicked off of Facebook for talking about Hunter Biden's laptop?
How many people get talking about COVID?
Yeah. I mean,
tell them the truth about it.
Yeah. So something is like, there's basically a zombie apocalypse on the face of the planet, and Facebook goes, oh, no, you can't. You can't discuss this.
Just go get poked. You'll be okay.
Lola got put on timeout. Lola is a pharmacist. She got put on timeout because she was reminding people there's a certain time every year that pharmacists remind people that they need to bring their expired medications into the pharmacy instead of taking them and flushing them down the toilet and putting in the water system.
Yeah, you're not supposed to flush them down the toilet. That gets into the water supply.
Yeah. So
and then all the damn fish are addicted.
Yeah, so, Lola got in trouble for that.
All on meth all the time.
Yeah, it's so crazy. How do you do that? How is that? Oh, you're not allowed to talk about medical stuff. I think
unless you're telling people where they can get their pot, or you're a lawyer like around here that's trying to get that stuff passed. You know, so they can
the medical marijuana thing,
dispensaries and all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. You know.
Yeah, it's weird. So I don't know if Musk is serious about this. You know, about taking over Twitter, but I would have more faith in Elon Musk being able to do something about social media than I would in Trump, for example. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah, I would probably.
Trump couldn't run the White House.
Unfortunately, he had the wrong people around him. That's his problem.
Like his children.
Well, that is a problem. That is a problem. Because they whisper in your ear, and and next thing you know, okay, let's do what she says.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: Babyface doesn't have any kids yet. We're working. We're trying to, we're trying to cajole him. We might have to hold him down and do what they, what you have to do to the steers yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
Get a veterinarian in there for him. But, so Babyface doesn't have any kids yet. But I do. I have kids. Walter, you have kids. Would you let your kids give you advice on how to run the free world?
Well, I mean, I take things in consideration, but I mean,
Oh, okay. Yeah. My kids are going to be mad if they ever see this, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not listening to shit that my kids have to say about running the free, because they are basically, they right now believe in socialism.
That's
and
because they don't pay for anything.
Exactly. So I'm not trying to take advice from
if
any
all
of
of
them
a
on
sudden you
anything.
said, well, you got to pay for that last semester of school yourself, guess what would happen? They never finished.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. They never fucking finished. So
no, they need to go out there and listen. My kids are not like, my kids don't like, if you want to get them mad, call them SJWs.
I bet they don't like that.
No, they don't like it at all. But the thing is really and truly, I don't think they're not baked in enough. I think you don't really get baked in. I don't know what age. I don't know. It gets worse every year.
Until you start working, and all of a sudden you ain't getting no tax money back that you used to get when you were a kid. You don't get no refund. Because you ain't got no children, you ain't got nothing. Then you got to buy your insurance, then you got to buy your tag, and then you got to buy $5 a gallon gasoline or diesel, whatever the fuck you got. And then you want to go on vacation, and you ain't got no money. You ain't got no money for you gotta buy the generic stuff because you ain't got no money for the regular stuff. Yeah, that's when it starts to sink in. You're poor. That's what they start to sink in.
Yeah, right about. When did Patrick? Do you remember when? I don't know if you were always. I don't know. I guess the best way to say is kind of conservative leaning. Were you kind of always that, or do you remember when you woke up into this world?
College, I mostly was conservative leaning. Even before then, high school, I didn't really care about politics at all, so it never crossed my mind.
It didn't affect you. Didn't affect you.
Yeah, it didn't affect me. College, I began becoming more conservative leaning, and then after college, I got my first paycheck. I remember vividly. I got my first paycheck. And
making all that
mind
money.
you, my first job after college, this is 2012-ish, 2013. First job after college, I was making $18,000 a year. I think I started at $12,000 a year, then $18,000 a year, which is nothing. And I got that first paycheck, and was like, okay, I can feed myself for the first time ever. I have my money to feed myself, and I went to Publix on Main Street here in Gainesville.
Wait a second. Publix is a big place for you to go, making $18,000.
Publix on Main Street. I wanted a pub sub for dinner. I went and got my pub sub. And the first thing I noticed is, first off, for anybody that doesn't know, the Publix on Gainesville is one of the worst Publixes to go to. There was a sign on the counter for getting pub subs that said, pub subs are not cannot be. You can't use the food stamps to get pub subs. Basically,
EBT.
Sign.
You can't do the
You
EBT
can't use
cards on
EBT. Can't use EBT for pub subs. And I was like, oh, that's the neighborhood I'm in. Whatever. Went to check out, and there was a guy, my age, 22 years old, fit, could absolutely get a job and go work and do whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Slid EBT over the counter to give to the woman, and I just was like, you clearly have no pride in yourself if you're willing to do that. You're of age to go work your ass off, and you choose not to.
Well, see, they don't. Back in the old days, Patrick, on that certain day of the week, you had to go stand in line to get your check.
They can't do that anymore. It makes everybody
And
look
now,
bad.
oh my
now?
God, you don't have. That's too embarrassing. We can't do that.
Exactly.
We'll just send them a card.
I looked at that kid and I was just like, and I say kid because I was 22 or 23, we were young, and I looked and I was just like, I didn't say anything, but in my head I was like, "What are you doing? This is like my proud moment. I have my first out of college check where I have money. It's my money. I made it. I paid my rent this month. I'm eating dinner on my money." And I look and I'm like, "That's wrong."
So he had like more groceries than you or something?
Yeah, he had a bunch of groceries and he was paying for all of it on EBT.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that.
And
story.
I was, mind you, I was struggling. A pub sub, like a $8 or $9 pub sub, that's expensive when you make $1,000 a month. An $8 pub sub is a luxury. Like that's a big luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I after that I changed. I remember that, and I vividly remember it.
Yeah. Oh, I could tell you vividly remember it. All right.
Your attitudes changes towards folks that are on the government cheese.
Yeah. Now let me say this. I'm gonna let you continue here. I know. So shout out to Flying Rich. He's asking. Yeah, that's the cottage in the background here because we're getting hypnotized with the stupid daylight savings nonsense. So you can actually see stuff behind me. Now let me say this to you guys. You guys are gonna get mad about this, but you got to realize even though I look very sophisticated and elegant and eloquent and all those awesome words, I grew up in the hood. We used to buy like not just EBT cards, but before that, they used to have like welfare money. What was the welfare money called? Anyone remember? Remember they actually
they had paper money.
Food
yeah,
stamps.
it was like food stamps. Yeah, we used to buy that from the crackheads.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that was
that's you could buy that at pennies on the dollar from the crackheads. Yeah,
I can't fault you for taking advantage of it, but at the same time,
yeah, I'm a hustler, man. You gotta realize it wasn't easy.
Really, the fault is the U.S. government. That's the fault.
And the crackheads have no business being on food stamps. If you're going to spend what you could on money on food on crack, then you don't need it. You have money.
Who are you to judge what that person does on his own time? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it is crazy when you're working hard. It's crazy when you're working hard and you're making money. Like that happens even when you have kids. Like Lola and I work really hard. We make money, and then the kids' school will go, you know what? It doesn't matter that you're... Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. Yeah, Flying Rich is calling Patrick an elitist. There you go. So.
I had paid my first money. I had a paid internship, and it was $12,000.
Walter, Patrick is still mad about that. I don't know why I brought this up. He's gonna be mad the rest of the show.
Think about that: $1,000 a month, and my rent was my rent payment was like because I had to split a 4-way townhome or apartment with some random people I didn't know, and I think I paid $450 a month. So that leaves for an entire month. That leaves.
Yeah, you got about
$550.
Yeah, but your food. Well, so you had to pay for your apartment. You didn't have to pay for electric bill at that time. Right?
No, luckily it was. I was still back in student housing. So it's a lot of the housing around here, like apartment style housing for younger people. All of that stuff's included, so I didn't have to pay for that. It was like a $450 flat.
You're paying.
And
for
I chose a place that was 2 blocks from where I worked, so I tried not to drive at all.
That's what I was going to say. So you didn't have car payments. Yeah, I don't think you could.
So that was before I could take that on. I wasn't. My parents were still helping me right afterwards. I wasn't able to pay for it. I didn't have the money to if I were completely on my own, I would have had to sell a car. I could not have afforded a car. There's no way.
Yeah. It's a tough deal when you look at all of that. Trust me, I know. Lola and I go through that also.
It was my first time out. I had money in my pocket that was mine that I made, and I was proud to go spend it at Publix and make myself dinner. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walt. Go ahead.
I seen that. It was a little bit earlier. You go to the store, and you're buying basic stuff, and here's this woman in front of me whipping out the welfare money or the food stamps, buying steak and
Yes.
all this other shit, and she's
I've
got like a
I've seen
designer
that too.
purse, and it's like, bitch, you know, and she's got 2 arms and 2 legs. She should be out working. That bitch should be out working.
So let's say this. This is the system. If you set up a system that rewards you, right? That listen,
This
if
is
you
the problem.
if you set up a system that rewards you for doing this. So for example, there's people who are together and they have children but they don't get married. And
Because you
they make
more
it
money
look
that way.
they make it look like they're not together and they're not married, or like the guy's not in the household because there's going to be more money. If you set up this system, people will abuse it. So look,
Right.
I'll tell you guys this. Look, the other day I remember this. The other day I was at the Florida Super RV show, right? And I heard these 2 millionaires talking to each other. Both of these are white guys, okay? Very wealthy guys. And one of them is telling the other one how he's selling, and this guy owns like property and everything in Gainesville, and he's talking about how he's selling it. And he's like, I'm selling everything. I bought an RV. I'm selling everything. He was like, I want the government to think I'm so poor. I want to be on welfare. Why? Because the system is set up in such a way that if he gets rid of everything that he owns, he'll still have that money, but they can't come after him. And to him, he was serious about it. Like, I want to get welfare from them. I want to get that money back. You create this with people. Not just poor people do it. Rich people do it. Everyone does.
Yeah,
it.
but it's not created for that. It's created to create voters. Is what it's created for.
It is. That's
It's
exactly what it is.
You're not going.
It's
You're not
creating
going to
slaves.
vote for the.
You're creating slaves.
yes.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
most of
it's
the people who don't are too stupid to realize that.
Mhm.
And I'll be quite honest with you, too fucking stupid to realize it.
Or not, or
So
don't
they get-
care. I mean, a lot of people just don't give a shit. So if you
Oh,
remember, like this was, you could Google this and see it. Do you remember ODB? ODB actually went to jail because he was making $1 million as a rapper and he was still on welfare.
That's some bullshit.
It's the system. It's the way the system is set up. So now, look, you know, there's nothing
Well-
wrong with a system that helps out people that are in trouble. But if you do the wrong thing and you get in trouble, that embarrassment is like a motivator. Just like when you were younger and you wanted something and your parents, probably like my parents couldn't afford to really give me much of anything, right? Other than barely a place to live and food to eat or whatever. So if I wanted things, I had to work really hard, and make money and all that kind of stuff in order to pay for things. A lot of times my parents used to take money from me in order to do whatever, I don't know, whatever they were up to. They would take the money that I was making, because I've been working since I was in high school, and I went into high school at 12 years old. And I remember my mom signing stuff so that I could start working. I think I started working at 13. So
I didn't start a full. Did you have a full-time job?
no, at first I had a part-time job in the summer, but then I got into like full-time. I was working in a country club. I was a golf caddy. I did all kinds of stuff. Shine shoes, clean bathrooms.
My grandfather ran just a handyman service. So during the summer, I worked with him to save money. And then they transformed that my uncle got his contractor's license. They transformed that into full construction company. It's just the two of them. It wasn't big, but transformed that. So my first couple years of college, I went to school 2 days a week, or I think I went to school because I was at Hillsborough Community College. I went to school 3 days a week, and then I always planned my schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday was my classes. Tuesday, Thursday, I worked with them, and I worked full time. So all the way through college, I always worked to try to put whatever money I could towards helping. But no, my parents helped pave the way for most of it.
Life being tough is a motivator. I remember even as a kid, before I lived in America, the places we lived, like your parents looked at you as like free labor. Do you guys remember that shit? Like,
Well, you
I
are.
didn't.
yeah. Oh, yours were nice then, because my parents were like, what? You exist in order to do what I tell you to do. So we were always like
kinda
cutting the
what it
grass,
was.
doing this, doing that.
What's funny is my dad, enjoys those sorts of things. Like the menial labor stuff, he likes cutting the grass, power washing the house, doing things like that. He enjoys doing it, so he never forced me to do it. And I was always, by the time I was like 13 or 14, I was like, I'll come do it for you. And he's like, no, I have a method. Don't worry about it. I never had to worry about it until we owned a house and I had to get a mower.
Yeah.
But
no, I think, well, I mean, it really depends what generation and all that kind of stuff you came from. Why is my thing's going super blurry here? I know for me, man, my parents were busy doing stuff. It's not like they didn't do anything. They had to work all the time. But yeah, you had to do stuff. We had to babysit. Like, it wasn't even considered babysitting. Do you remember when there were no rules about that? Like, you can literally leave a 2-year-old with a 5-year-old.
Oh.
I mean,
I don't know what age is appropriate for that.
No.
5-year-old's a little young, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so. I do not think so, man. People didn't used to think like, oh my God, we can't leave our kids alone in the house.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, kind of.
What?
Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I don't.
What, leaving the kids alone in the house? No, I don't think it's a big deal either.
No, I don't think it's that wrong.
Yeah, Walt, I know you wanted to chime in here. How old were you? Well, are you the baby, Walt? I can't remember. No, you're not. Oldest. You're the oldest. How old were you when you had to take care of your sisters?
I don't know. My mom worked, so I don't remember. I mean, that's one of those things I don't remember. You go to school during the day. So the school's taking care of you until school gets out, which was, in the afternoon, 2-ish, 3-ish, whatever it was. Then you're back home. We were probably home alone until my dad came home or she came home, one or the other. It wasn't a big deal, man.
No, it was just called life.
Yeah, I mean, there was other neighbor kids and older neighbor kids in the neighborhood too. So
yeah,
it wasn't like we were home alone on the prairie or something. You know what I mean? It's like
So I remember my sister being born in England, right? And so I lived in England we lived there from when I was 5 years old to 8 years old. So I think when my sister was born, I was, I want to say that I was maybe 7 or something. Okay, back in the olden days, Patrick, you would not know this, but back in the olden days, there was no such thing as disposable Pampers. That was probably
disgusting.
That was for the super wealthy. They had these things called cloth Pampers. It was cloth. It was basically diapers. Cotton. Yeah, cotton. And you wrapped them.
You can still get all that.
Yeah, your baby poops right into that Pamper, and somebody has to clean that poop out of there and wash it.
Let's wash it.
Yeah. Who do you think got that job?
I'm assuming it was you.
I mean, I think when Will was a baby, I can't remember. We had a diaper service, so basically,
you put them in a bag and
they take them and clean them and bring back fresh ones.
Oh, you guys were wealthy already at that point, then obviously.
Cloth diapers is a fancy thing today, and there are people that are today, yes. They're going back to it because they say it's better for your baby's skin or whatever.
It is.
But, no, cloth diapers. But the fancy part of it is you don't clean the crap out of the diaper. You put it in a bag and then you send it to a service that depoopifies it.
Oh, no. No. That poop went right down the sink. Okay? In the olden days...
No.
In the olden days, you had a bar of soap, dude. A bar of soap. This was a utilitarian... Walter, am I making this up?
Washing machine.
You had a utilitarian bar of soap that did lots of duties.
Did anybody wash your mouth out with it?
Oh, you think I have not had my mouth washed out with soap before?
With the poopy soap, though. Was it the poopy soap?
It was the community soap. No one thought about what that soap was going into.
Might have been doing the pips or the cracks, and next thing you know, it's in the mouth.
Let me tell you, when we lived in England in the early 70s, I remember this. So let me see. This was we lived there from 77 to 80. The place that we lived in had a bathroom. There was only a bathroom upstairs for some weird reason, right? And then, there was a person renting the apartment upstairs. So we lived on the ground floor. You know what the bathroom was? Outhouse. In England. In the 70s.
What?
In England. In
You
London.
must have been
There was a
out- you must have
bathroom
been out-
upstairs,
in
but we couldn't
London?
use that. Yeah, in London. In London, there was a bathroom upstairs, but there were people, a couple rented the thing upstairs. It was just like a house, but the people who owned it were renting it. So the people renting it upstairs, there was a bathroom up there. There was no bathroom like that downstairs. So, you would have to go to the outhouse. And so remember, as a kid, I left the country I was born in and went to England, and I was scared of every damn thing. Okay? So it was a freaking outhouse. So imagine having to use the bathroom at night.
Yeah. Did you have lanterns? Did you have flashlights?
They had
Torch. They call
torches,
it in
yeah.
England, torch. A torch.
A torch. Yeah, a torch. That's right.
Yeah. You know how many times I just this is how my mom used to give us baths. So right out the back door was a concrete slab. Yeah. So me and my brothers, all three of us out there, naked. My mom had a hose, and she'd spray us down and throw the bar of soap. So you gotta wash your.
This
Yeah.
could not have been normal. This was not normal.
Oh, I promise you, this is normal for a lot of people. If you're my age
Living in
or
England,
Walter's age.
No,
No
I
way.
never took. I never took a bath in the backyard. I can tell you that.
Okay, so you grew up hoity-toity, Walter. I get there's
I was
people
gonna
there's
say you
people
were
right here in
privileged
America.
for not having to
Yeah,
shit
exactly.
in a hole or bathe under
Yeah.
a spigot.
Right. I know some people out there can relate to what I'm saying. So it's not just people living like how I live out in the country. People out here still have outhouses in some places. But
That's different. That's because they are choosing to live more more off the grid. They want to live out there. Some of them probably are forced into that lifestyle. But in the 1970s, it wasn't
in
uncommon
in
to have indoor
England,
plumbing in England, in London
It's-
of all places.
dude, it's how many years? It's not. Believe it or not, England. You still find that in England. How much you want to bet? And someone is making fun of how I say London. Shelley.
Yeah, I was
Fungus,
gonna
London,
make
and
fun
other
of you. I
things.
chose not to.
That's how it's said. That's
London.
I said London.
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 Yeah, that's how
Okay.
it's said. You just had a
Tomato,
British
tomato.
dude hanging out with you, Walter. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he left today, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you guys don't know about. I'm surprised, Walter. I thought you grew up kind of poor, man. Obviously, you were very privileged.
Not. Let me say this: lower middle class. Lower middle class. We were not like poor. No.
Mm-hmm. No.
Patrick. You know where Bayshore is in Tampa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When my parents moved to Florida, they bought a house half a block from Bayshore.
Oh wow! Nowadays,
But it was only $19,000 in 1960.
yes, yeah. Back then they weren't
wow.
that fancy. They were not considered that fancy. Now that same house is well over 800.
What year was this?
probably.
What year was this, Walter?
1969.
Oh,
That's when we moved to Florida.
1969. Yeah.
June of 1969. Yeah.
So 1969, 20 grand was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money. That's what
yeah.
engineers made at NASA. NASA engineers made 20 grand a year.
Yeah, because how much was a car in 1969? Like a brand new American car, maybe $2 grand.
$1,500.
Yeah.
You get a nice car
brand
for
new.
$2,000.
Yeah. Damn, inflation. Jeez.
Well, and
you can't
and
even get a new car today, even if you have money. You can't get a car.
You got to have a lot of
Yeah.
money.
you can still buy jalopies. You can still buy cheap cars. They're out there.
Yeah, everything is up. Like
I mean,
right now,
you're not going to get a cheap Tesla. You're not going to get a cheap. But you can get a Prius cheap. You can get a cheap Prius.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what kind of world we're living. What kind of world are we living in where the Priuses became cheap?
Well, I mean, you can still buy cheap cars. They're out there.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
yeah. So used cars prices didn't go up? I don't know. I haven't really been watching.
well, better used car prices went up. Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say all used car prices. I mean,
Thanks, Lola. Okay, Lola bringing me a gun. Thank you, Lola. Appreciate it. Okay. You're so awesome,
Speaking of
Lola.
cars, Speaking
Yeah.
of cars, can we speak of cars for a second?
Yes, sure. We're supposed to be talking
told
about
you-
news, but let's do cars.
Well, that is news
In
for
the
me.
3 minutes we have left. No, I'm with you.
Okay, I put a reservation on that Guardian, the Guardian
Right.
truck
Uh-huh.
that looks like a Land Rover Discovery.
Yes, I gotta find that.
Or Land
so
Rover Defender. Yes. If you guys are interested in the chat, check it out. It's not Guardian.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Grenadier.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could pull that up right now. Does this PDF have everything about it? Oh, it's taking forever to download here.
I don't know. There's a ton of videos on YouTube about the Grenadier.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can go to their. So this is like a car going back to the old school cars.
This is like a Defender. You have a frame, and then you have the body, and then you have, not
okay, yeah,
not unibodies and that's how it's a truck. It's not a car. It's a truck. When you want a real off-road vehicle or something that can act like a truck, you don't get a Honda, whatever the hell it is. It looks like a truck, but it's built on a van chassis.
Yeah, well, those are I mean, because everything now they'll build a bunch of cars off of one chassis. I'm trying to pull it up here, but my internet's terrible. Outside of this internet, I separate my internets.
You gotta keep them separated.
Yeah. Come on, what is happening? I don't know what's happening here. Let me see. I'm gonna have to go on some internet to make this happen. Okay, let's see. We can pull up Grenadier here.
Grenadier.
Okay, here we go. I'm pulling it up. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Here's the website Walter's talking about here. And I gotta do the stupid cookies thing. Okay, boom, there you go. So you're getting one of these, Walt.
I put a reservation in. I've made my mind up. That's gonna be my next new ride.
I like the silver. This looks good right here. Yeah,
it's probably gonna be here. I have a feeling it's gonna be in that 50 to 60,000 range, depending on. But you're gonna spend that much on a shitty little pickup truck you buy now. So, it's like, why am I gonna buy a crappy American pickup truck that's made like a car? That's made for people that drive cars. When I want something that drives like a freaking off-road vehicle.
Yeah. So I mean, this. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
still get used, well-built trucks and stuff like that, but this looks good. I'm not gonna knock it. It looks good.
Everybody that's been riding in it and using it over, like in England, and that have been reviewing it, and they've taken it all over the world, even here. It gets good reviews from even the most stingiest, grumpy old Defender people.
So can I call dibs on your Suburban?
Hell no.
And we got
It's not
10
going
seconds.
anywhere.
Oh
No.
damn it. Okay, that was quick.
That'll
All
probably
right.
become the shop truck or something. Yeah.
Okay, we're taking a quick break. We'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. So Shelly Fungus is saying that, I believe it's a he, Shelly Fungus, says that he wants the new E-Hummer, the electric Hummer.
Well, Shelly, have you looked how much those things are going to cost?
Yeah, you probably, all of these are going to be close to 100. The Hummer is definitely going to be very close to that.
I bet to get it like you want it, it'll probably push past 100.
Yeah, I'm holding out for the Cybertruck.
Well, by the time you get your Cybertruck, I'll be riding around in my Grenadier, and
we will be riding around in your Grenadier. Maybe. I don't think you're getting that in 2023. That's what
they say. That's what they say. U.S. 2023.
Everybody says that.
Watch some of the videos about what they got going on in the production plant and everything else.
So their production plant is up and running and spitting cars out?
They have a full in ready to go Mercedes-Benz factory.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
One of the
Sounds
one of the
possible.
fanciest ones in the whole world, kind of thing.
It's possible. And do you know what the price is going to be, including all the taxes or whatever, because it's going to be a gas guzzler? Gas guzzler taxes?
It's going to have just a BMW 6-cylinder engine. It's not gonna
Yeah,
be
I'm not agreeing with the gas guzzler taxes. I'm just saying.
I don't really care.
Yeah. Shelly Fungus says, "Have you seen the E-Hummer? OMG, I love it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Saw it in person at SEMA.
Yeah, at SEMA show. It looks really good, and there's a couple of them out there, but they're not really in production. There are a few out, but they're not in production.
It looks like a truck, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
They made it look like a truck. There's no evidence that it's electric when you look at it.
The
like
Hummer,
a lot of vehicles have that look, that kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no, I don't want that. I want you to know my badassery coming down the street, even though it's electric. I want you to know that I'm fully destroying the planet with electricity.
When you plugged in charging, I'll be riding right past you in the Grenadier.
At some point they're gonna hate electric cars. You know that, right? At some point they're gonna go, oh, these cars, they're too terrible to make. It's destroying the planet.
What's today? 4/4. You know what? Mark my words. There's gonna be class wars over electric vehicles.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't.
Why can't I have a electric Hummer when I gotta drive this crappy Chinese piece of shit? It's like,
yeah. Oh, China is not really full into this thing. China's just gonna clone everything.
I thought the Chinese were trying to buy the Hummer name at one time. The brand.
They were trying to buy Jeep. They were trying to buy everything, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to buy everything. So, what they don't
so
already
anyways,
own.
yes.
Yeah, let's. So Flying Rich wants to know when the Cybertruck is coming. Who knows? Cybertruck, maybe we'll see some at the end of this year. I don't expect it until probably the end of 2023, but I'm just guessing. Okay, Gorn.
Can we talk Gorn now?
Let's go into Gorn. Let's go into Gorn.
Like we talk news Gorn real quick.
Sure.
Forget about the other thing real quick.
Right.
One of your people, one of your sponsors is High Point, excuse me.
Yes.
And High Point makes, let's just say it, cheap handguns.
Right. Yes. Right.
What just happened to Jimenez?
Jimenez
just got attacked for making.
Yeah. Oh, the ATF just shut him down.
And hear me out.
Right.
Who's next?
You think they're gonna go after High Point?
Who's next?
I don't know. Anyone could be next.
On 4/4, I will say they're next.
I hope not. Someone has to stand up to these so-and-sos. But yes, I understand.
How does ATF shut down a company? Unless there's violations for paperwork or doing something illegal. How do they just shut down a company?
I don't know. Go, yeah, Patrick,
ATF,
you got.
Here we go. ATF moves to revoke the license of gunmaker tied to Jimenez Arms. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is revoking the federal firearms license of JA Industries over its alleged unscrupulous business practices.
So they're saying that, from what I read earlier, they're saying that because they went into bankruptcy and then created a new company, it's like evading.
That's typical business practice. That's a typical business practice.
If that's the case, like all these Hollywood dudes, Will Smith is about to evade like a mofo.
3/4 of these freaking construction and pool companies do the exact same thing in this state.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
But you know what? They did it under pressure from some of these outside groups. Let's get down to the bottom line. That's what I read. That's what I heard too. So
yeah, if the outside groups have this much power, then everyone's next. But I get it. I understand what you're saying. They can in their mind say we're going to start with the cheaper companies and go after the cheaper companies. I would argue that the companies that are selling what I would say are more affordable handguns, especially, are bringing self-defense to the masses, right?
It doesn't matter to
I know.
those folks. It doesn't matter.
I know. I understand what you're saying, but obviously, do you think it's just going to end there? You think it's not going to show up on SIG's door or Glock's door?
Let me use another thing,
any other company?
Another thing that's going on in society. The normalization of the freak show. Where did that
Mhm.
start? Where did that start?
That's all
Oh,
been
it starts
going
with
on.
they.
Yeah.
Well, that starts with, well, it's okay. That's all right. And then next thing you know, well, that's all right. If that's all right, this is all right. Well, and if
Mhm.
that's all right, this is all right, and that's all right.
Slow
And
boil.
yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and if nobody said, oh, that's just a mess. Who cares? Or
Yeah.
whatever. Who cares, right? They're. It's like it's like, okay, they get rid of bump stocks. Well, who cares? Ah,
Mhm.
who cares, right? Well, what's
Mhm.
next? Well,
Everything is next.
we've seen what's next, right?
Yeah.
The binary
Everything.
triggers that the fast reset or whatever. But so, even the Franklin Armory binary triggers, all that stuff is on the docket. I don't care how
Mhm.
much money they got to fight with, they are a target, and it
Everybody's a
will happen.
target. Yeah, but what I'm
Well,
saying to you, everyone is a target. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while. Lots of people have been talking about it. It's not like we haven't been talking about it.
the
But at the end of the day,
evil,
at the end of the day, the government takes our money and they use it to fight against us, right?
the evil
So,
sounding stuff is always first on the docket. The
mhm.
scary stuff is first, and then, well, you know, now that lever action rifle that kills just as many people as everything else.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
Everything
Really?
everything is a target for these people. But
That
yeah,
ghost
they
gun.
can take things out. They could try and go after things one at a time. Everything is a target. But overall, but what can be done about it? This is my question. What can be done about it? Overall, do you see the firearms industry really caring or really out there pushing back against this? Because I see the firearms industry scrambling to send guns to
To
the Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see them, you know. And I'm not saying there are companies in the firearms industry
Yes,
who
there are.
do fight back and who do spend a lot of money, time, and energy fighting back and all that. But as a whole, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry that's not really putting anything into fighting back. We were talking about this whole social media thing in the beginning, right? Social
Well,
media is the one place that if you have a firearms company, you could actually go to get information about your products out there. And yet the industry is not really worried about that. If it's not their Facebook page or YouTube channel being deleted, they don't give a shit.
well, can I make another prediction?
Sure.
Prediction.
Hmm.
The Jimenez, or whatever that gun is. Those guns have had 5 or 6 different names over their
Hmm.
lifetime. They've changed hands.
That's
It'll pop up again.
Hmm.
it.
The
Will.
tooling will be bought. It'll pop up again,
Hmm.
and they'll be right back at it again.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because you really can't
It's
stop it.
No.
You can't stop it.
they're they're setting a dangerous precedent. The ATF is setting a very it's slippery slope-esque dangerous
Yeah.
precedent here. That no, I'm with Walter. I can see them going after, but you know that the argument there is, well, you hate poor people.
Well, they
Yeah.
don't care about the poor people.
Exactly. But,
Right,
In
right.
the
you
reality,
make
they
the
don't give 2 shits about the poor people.
No,
It's not
look,
about
you
poor
know,
people.
you know what's funny? I saw something. I saw Russell Brand talking about this, and it's funny how I'm discussing Russell Brand, right?
I don't know what has happened in this world where I agree with him lately.
Yeah, he's like Russell Brand is like the
Him,
new white Jesus.
him, and the comedian that I typically really hate.
Who?
Has his own HBO show.
Oh, Bill
Bill
Maher.
Maher. Jesus
Uh
Christ, he's been talking some sense lately too. I don't know what's going on.
huh.
Well, there is a point even when the leftists go,
Yeah, but
WTF over?
so Russell Brand was talking about how he was talking about how all this money. Remember all the money that they gave out to people for COVID, and so now stories are coming back. I think it was Vice had a story out there about how millions of these dollars went to buying armored vehicles for police departments and buying guns and ammo and stuff like that for the police departments, all like how all this money went into this stuff. And like he was like, what does this have to do with COVID and helping people out with COVID? Why did the states and the cities that got this money spend that on this, while at the same time a lot of those states were saying ban the police and do this and do all that, because we're always getting conned, we're always getting bamboozled.
The states were not saying ban the police. The states were not saying that.
The politicians in a lot of states are saying that.
The activists, the protesters, the downtrodden were saying, ban the police, please, and let's burn our neighborhood while we're at it too. But but the states are gonna. Why should the state spend the state's money, which is our money too? But why should the state spend the state's money to buy the cops armored cars and police when they can get it from the government?
Who are those things? Who are those things going to be used against? While we're living in America, where the government is arming itself against us and giving people in other countries weapons to defend themselves, and then the conversation that you're having here is taking the ability of the people of America to defend themselves away from them. Because you know what? It can seem like a talking point, but at the end of the day, when you go after the affordable guns, you're taking guns out of the hands of the people who don't have a lot of money.
Yep.
That's just reality.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is a weird thing going on, and ultimately people in America have to look at that. Like, regardless of where they're coming from politically, they need to look at these things and realize, like, these people are preparing to come for their asses. That's what's going to happen. Eventually, there's going to be a point. Like, if you gave into everything that happened during COVID, and you're like, oh, that's cool, and don't let that make you think that those folks are like, oh no, next thing we do, everyone's going to be passive. The more they do this stuff, the more people push back and say, oh no, screw this, I'm not going through this. Well, that's why they're stacking up on the guns and the armored vehicles and all of that. That's not to repel people from that's not to fight the Russians. That's not what that's for. So, So there you go.
A good one on that. No. I know one thing that the police departments commonly they continually rotate through their firearms and their pistols, and they're buying new ones and getting rid of the old ones, and
for sure. And then in a lot of cases, we could buy those things. I'm not coming down to look. You know what? I think coming up pretty soon, I'm gonna actually have my local sheriff on the show here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Right now, we're working out the details of that, but my sheriff will be here on the show, and we could talk to him. I'm not coming down against law enforcement all like that. I'm just telling you that there's who do you think these guys are getting ready to fight?
You
know something?
need to sit down and listen to there's a channel that I recently found called S2 Underground. Anybody that's out there that wants to go watch a very interesting video. S2 Underground, and beyond covering the early days of the Ukraine stuff, which was very interesting, he had a video last week talking about 5th generation warfare and what that looks like and how we may potentially be in that right now. And all of this gets discussed in there, and it's very interesting. So go, if anybody's listening and wants to go give a listen there. S2 Underground is the channel's name, and I believe it's a group of people that run it. One guy is kind of like the front man or the front voice, but it's intelligence agency type of people that run the channel. So they have very interesting takes on things.
Walter, what are you trying to show us?
Well, when you said it, you wanted me to have the Bushmaster Arm Pistol on the show. All right. I think, well, what do you need for that Bushmaster Arm Pistol? You need a magazine, right?
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Bushmaster magazine?
That's a good question.
No, this is, but this,
okay.
No, not really. Well, actually, I don't know until I open it up, but I doubt it very seriously. But this is a surplus, unopened GI magazine.
That's cool.
That I bought at Knob Creek, probably 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, that's neat.
So
you popping open a mag, huh?
Woo.
Popping out a fresh one. Okay.
Oh, you actually opened it? Wow.
Yeah. Now, let me just say this: at the shop, I got a box. I probably got 150 AR mags at the shop.
Oh, okay.
Of various sorts, manufacturers.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take that one then.
Could I find one here when I wanted to show one?
No, I'm guessing.
No.
Yeah.
It is an OK mag, actually. OK. That's the brand.
Oh, those are fine. They're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah. I'll see my way out.
Yeah.
So
okay, so here we go. So listen, we have a video up with this. This is what's going on. So this is a Bushmaster Arm Pistol. Walter, you want to explain this, or Patrick? I don't know if you've been looking this up.
Before Walter gets into it, I was just gonna say, OK Industries has been making the mil spec aluminum mags for a long time, and they work perfectly fine. And you can typically get them for under $10 a mag. And if you want
what does OK stand for?
Okay.
It's OKAY Industries. Yep, that's the name of the company. OK Industries.
That's the name of the company. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the concept behind the arm pistol originally was a U.S. Air Force concept. They're going to use, instead of using 223, they were going to use like 218B, which is kind of on the same order of a 5.7 cartridge, one of those small bottleneck cartridges, really fast. Bushmaster glommed onto the concept back in the day and made one with 223. Well, and it's cool. You know, it looks neat. Is it worth the shit to try to hit something with? Nah.
Not necessarily.
No.
So
it makes a ton of noise. It's not natural. You have to look down the bore as you put it right in front of your face. And there's just something about me that doesn't want to put the gun right in front of my face. Like this kind of gun.
Right.
Now, just blasting from the hip. The idea was like aircraft pilots and helicopter pilots as a sidearm. They gotta get themselves out of trouble.
I'm looking at Wikipedia for this. I don't see when they first started making them, but it says that it looks like it says they were making them until 1988 or something.
I remember as a young man seeing these things back in the 70s. So they probably started making them early 70s. Because I remember seeing them at a local gun store pawn shop that we used to drop in every once in a while, and thinking, "Oh, those are cool looking. I want one of those." And it's like, no.
Yeah. So now they're not so easy. Although, so I made a post on because I actually, let me see if I can find the picture they posted. Okay, Lola, when you're done slamming the door. Okay, all right. Lola's not okay. So here we go. So here's the picture I posted, because this video is actually on right now on the YouTubes. So this is the background here is an undisclosed location. And we're actually shooting that suppressor right there, which is from Bushmaster, which I'll show you guys here in a second. So I posted this, Walt, up on I posted this on Facebook.
Okay, so I'm gonna do something. You're gonna give me just a minute. I'm gonna go through the wormhole, or the, what do you want to call it, the Stargate.
Right.
And I'm gonna get the Bushmaster assault rifle.
Oh. Okay.
So the big brother of
okay. All right.
So
did they actually do they market it as the assault rifle back then?
Yes, it's called the Bushmaster assault rifle.
Cool.
Let's see it.
Know something like that. That sounds cool.
Let me go through the Stargate. Give me just a second.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I am having
With Arms List, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall, for only $6.99 a month for personal use or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Arms List. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Arms List.
So, for anybody that has a Wawa nearby, it's what's for dinner time around the Babyface house. Wawa makes a turkey club, and it is so good. So if anybody's near a Wawa and looking for dinner or lunch, turkey club. We are not sponsored by Wawa. Let me tell you,
I don't know. I don't know if you ever thought we'll be living in a day and age where people are going to be recommending you go to the gas station.
Gas station food. And it is fantastic. The sandwich is real good.
But it is good. I eat stuff from Wawa all the time. So there you go. Let's see here. Walter's back. He's out of the. Boom.
Oh, it is not just an AR-15. It's a totally different beast.
All right, so now, you see this right here?
Are you trying to give us the finger?
Oh yeah.
What does this? What does this look like? Hold on a second here.
I got your. What does this look like right here?
That's the mag catch, isn't it?
Yeah.
That lower
Mm-hmm.
looks like. That lower kind of looks like.
That lower.
That
Yes.
lower.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Except for the. Well, where's the safety on the other side?
Well, the safety on the arm pistol. You kind of find out. There ain't no safety.
I thought there was somewhere.
Maybe I'm.
Yeah, I thought there was because someone was asking us about that when I posted this. So let me see if I can get us all up here, and then I will post. I'll put this up here because we got some questions. Let me see if I can go through. Oh, and then everything went out. There we go. Okay. So cool. Let's see. What were the comments here? There were some questions about this here. Robert Duhame, I think, is the name. Here, we can show what you're showing there. So he said, nice Bushmaster. I've got a thing for them, and he has this picture of three of those.
Wow.
I believe that is the gentleman who contacted me on
Yeah.
about sending a picture of mine. Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. Let's see.
That stainless or nickel coated one on the top is really cool.
Yeah. There's some cool.
Walter, that one, the Bushmaster that you have in your hands right now, is it nickel coated or what is it?
It's a finish. I would guess it's probably nickel on here, and this is aluminum down here, so it's like an anodizing on the bottom.
Very
I
interesting.
personally,
because that arm pistol that Hank's showing off is nickel or whatever. It's cool.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the handguard here looks like plastic, but it's made out of wood, and the back stock originally I think it had a magnet to keep it closed, but it doesn't now, so it just kind of flops around. It locks closed, but it doesn't lock closed. Oh, it locks open, but doesn't lock closed. So, but yes, these are marketed as the Bushmaster assault rifle.
Yeah. I think because you have that, you don't really need the arm pistol.
When were they produced? Is that an 80s gun?
This is an 80s gun, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get to. I want to get to some questions. So George, so this guy says you need to do a brace on them. So there you go.
Let me tell you what happens with the with this one here. If you try to shoot this straight, you get the empty brass right in your face.
Yeah, it's supposed to angle off to one side or the other.
Because I tried it and I did it. I got the brass right in my face. So
here's what you do: you create a brace that has a little thing that comes up over the top of the shell deflector.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
I'm hearing you.
For all 3,000 people in the country that have one of those.
Or that, well, I mean, I know that someone was asking why someone's not retro building these, like making new versions of these. So what's your answer to that question, Walt? Why aren't there retro versions of these?
This would be really cool in like 5.7 or one of those like the CMMG cartridge, which is the HK cartridge, or one of those small, because this thing is a beast when you shoot it.
I was going to say, I think the answer to that question is they're kind of shitty. They're not great,
and that is the best answer to the question.
Yeah, they're kind of crap.
They don't.
That's why they never get off.
Yeah, they don't exactly function awesomely.
Did you said that video went? Lola said the video went up.
Yeah, that video should be up on YouTube, the one that we did.
Because I made a point in that video that when you asked me, I would absolutely own one of those just because of like weird cool factor. But I would not put it in a helicopter and take it to combat with me. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I would rather have an Uzi or a ports or a Swedish K or something, or an MP5K. I'd rather have an MP5K than that. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But But this one here, they're for the library. You got to have one.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity to get one and you
that's
collect guns.
That's what I think is cool, is keeping the library open of interesting things.
Yeah.
Because this action here is the same on the arm pistol. It shares the same gizmos in here. So that's where they got all these ideas from. So
it's that thing looks very bulky and heavy.
It's
compared to like an M16, which would have been the thing in the 80s.
Right.
What do you like better compared to a M16A1 or whatever?
I'm gonna say the M16.
My 20-inch M16 is way better than this.
Yeah.
That's what I was realizing today, and we'll get to the Galil eventually. But I do the same.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
I played with the Galil. Yeah, I was playing with the Galil, and I was like, I would much rather just have a full-length M16 over this.
Yeah.
If I had to take one of those two to war.
I mean, an M16 beats a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'll take the Galil also too. That's a good gun too. So
I mean, that beats a lot of things. So I'm gonna try to pull up the video here that let me see if I can find it even. I'm gonna try to pull up that video that's out. Armament and Access says, here's a question: will Hank ever stop trying to mooch to get Walter to give him everything? Here's your answer: no.
Never.
Not until I'm out of here. I have to kick it off this planet.
In your best Winston Churchill, never.
You gotta flap your jowls. You gotta flap your cheeks.
Never.
Yeah.
Or you can do your best Richard Nixon. I'm not a criminal.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Or W. That's W.
No, that's yeah.
Herbert Walker. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Would not be prudent at this juncture.
And he did it.
So check this out. Boom. Star AUG. That's my AUG right there. Or as I saw that, I don't think that video is out for public consumption.
Okay.
But Mac has a video out talking about, are we supposed to call this a AUG?
Are you gonna make me get mine too?
So, do you even have one?
I don't have a Steyr, but I have the one he's talking about in the video.
Oh well, I mean, I think we would like to see it, since in the future it's gonna join its brother over here. You know. But yeah, here's my AUG that up till now I still have not done a video, but Babyface has a video out with this, right, Patrick?
I shot it. I don't have a video on
Oh, there's no video? Okay,
I'm the only person who has fired it.
Yeah.
I haven't shot it.
Fun.
Yeah. No, you know what? We need to. So I'm gonna do a video with my bullpup collection coming up sometime soon here.
Yep.
Can we do a rebuttal to a military arms channel?
Oh yeah. Good luck with that.
So.
I mean, we could try, but then Mac is just gonna come back with like 2 of everything. You know, that's the thing. Like Mac probably has guns in boxes that he never.
Guns that even Mac doesn't have, though.
Okay, what is that?
Oh, I know I got guns he doesn't have. So.
Oh yeah, no. So Mac saying
he ain't got no Swedish K. I can tell you that right now. So.
How do you know? How do you know he doesn't have a Swedish K?
He's got an M76. I happen to know he has that.
He has an M76. We know that for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
And those things are pieces of compared to us.
I'm pretty sure I have a gun they don't have. My bullpup 545 AK, they don't have that. That's bad. Don't screw up your face, Patrick. How dare you?
I did too. You missed me.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? That you guys are just jealous because you don't have that gun.
He
don't
probably doesn't have more likely he doesn't have that 22 that I gave you, the Walther.
Oh, that. Well, you know what? I don't know if he does or he doesn't. It'll be interesting.
That's a pretty rare bird.
It'll be interesting to see. Well, no, you know what? I'm not sure. He might have that. Who knows? There's some of those out there. There's some of those out there.
Stargate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does he have a zip gun?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know if he has a zip gun. You know, I got a zip gun.
Bullpup 22 right there. Well, I don't know if that's a bullpup.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to do a challenge. I think we're gonna have to call out Military Arms Channel on his bullpup glory, which of course I know is just gonna immediately call for a smackdown. You know, of of showing. Oh, there we go. There we go.
There
Okay,
it is.
Patrick, you got to go. I'm taking you off the screen. Only AUGs.
This is the Microtech.
There you go.
For those who don't
Yeah, let's see.
know.
I would absolutely own one of those.
Yeah, so there's the MSAR. Do you have your Microtech knife, right?
Oh, I certainly do. I got it all, man.
Yeah, you got the case.
So, Max thing was he doesn't think these are collectible. I suffer to differ because
Wait, hold on. I didn't watch all of this video. Max said he doesn't think they're collectible. That's interesting.
no, because
Okay.
well, here's my point. Here's my thing. If you have the whole setup, the case, the knives, the gun, the magazines, I think they are. If you just have a gun, maybe not so much. But I got the whole limited edition setup, which he had.
I'm going to argue with both of you on this. I'm going to argue with both of you on this because we've had some people on from Microtech, and they've told us that they can't get those.
Well,
the people who made them can't get them.
That would That would be on my list. If anybody's listening or watching and has one of those they want to get rid of, that is on my list for something I'd like to, because I am a massive Microtech nerd.
So do you care? So Patrick, do you care whether or not it comes with the box and the knives and everything?
Nope. I just want the gun.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I'd like to have it all. I think it's really cool that Walther has all of it. But if somebody said, "Hey, I got a gun for whatever the price is," and all it is a gun, I would still take that just because I'm a Microtech whore.
When I bought this, that's all they offered.
Yes,
the whole setup.
Yeah, so you ordered that directly from Microtech, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
it came directly from Microtech.
Yeah, so you're the original owner on that. Shout out to Shooting Gallery NE. So look, I think the guns alone, in my opinion, they're collectible. They're bullpups. There's not. How many of them did they make, Walt? Do you know how many?
They didn't make a ton.
They didn't make.
Sure. Mine is 375. Number 375.
Okay, they didn't make that much, but I think that these guys, that Microtech was also getting those guns back from people and destroying them.
They were.
Or doing whatever with them. I don't want to say, yeah.
From what I have been told, I don't know that we want to say that they're embarrassed by them, but it is not the quality that they are known for, and the powers that be at Microtech do not like that.
Yeah, so I think, and I shouldn't say they're destroyed, but those guns have been somehow decommissioned. They've been taken back in and are no longer in circulation. You cannot buy them. Right.
If you send yours back to Microtech, we'll buy it back from you, and it will not go back.
No, it's possible now. It's possible now, like all these years. Sorry, there's some kind of bug flying around here. It's possible now that after all these years, they want to have them in the collection, but I think at one time they were taking those guns back in and somehow decommissioning them. So right there, all of that leads to the guns on their own, I think, a collectible. And then I think if you have the whole case, the knife and everything, that's the super, super collectible part of that.
I agree. I think it's cool.
Yeah, so
I would love to own one. One day I will get my hands on one. I would love to have one.
Yeah. And Shelly Fungus says, I agree with Hank 100%. I think Ray says they're collector's items for sure. Who's Ray?
Yeah, I'm not. This one uses DCT-44S uses.
Oh, maybe.
This one uses the. Let's see here. This one uses the Microtech mags. So, yeah, you're kind of stuck with the Microtech mags. As far as I know. So.
Yeah.
Steyr AUG mags, right? The old original AUG mags.
Some of them didn't take the Steyr mags either.
That's even
interesting.
more of a sticky point. Hank at least has one that takes the Stanag mags.
Yeah, this takes any mags.
Stanag.
Okay.
That takes AR mags.
It'll only take AR mags. It will not take Steyr mags. As far as I know.
This won't take the Steyr mags.
I don't think it will take Steyr mags.
Okay. Yeah, we got to do some videos on these.
They're cool guns. Of all the bullpups,
X-Ring Ray. Shelly Fungus says X-Ring Ray. Yeah, X-Ring Ray. Yeah.
Out of all the bullpups, Steyr, the AUG, is kind of my favorite. It's the coolest to me.
It's probably in the most movies and stuff. Yeah.
Especially with Walther's, with the integrated optic that came on the Steyrs.
Yeah.
That is just, there's something just really cool about that.
Well, Mac was saying that it's extra low. It's lower than normal, and I
Yeah.
see what he's saying now because I got a big old fat face.
You got to get way down on it.
You got to get way down on it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But he was also saying that the Picatinny rails that Microtech made are rare as hen's teeth. I just might have to make some. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have some you can clone?
Well, I got a boy that can run that, can do that programming and stuff. So, but no, I got to see. There's a company that makes replacement parts for these because they have I guess the hand these things break, the scope. There's different parts that break on them, and there's a company that's making replacement parts. So I gotta check and see what they have before.
DCG 44s wants to know if you have a Microtech AR mag, Walt, which you said yes, right? Or no?
I do have a couple of those magazines. Yes, Microtech also made AR mags, injection molded AR mags, and I have bought a couple of those over the years. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
They're somewhere at the shop. I know where they're at. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Guys, let me get one of these magazines out here. Let me take this thing off.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna have to do a bullpup thing coming up sometime.
I'd love to get my hands on one. So yeah, if anybody out there is listening and has one they want to sell, you let me know. That's something I would love to put in my collection.
And by the way, we got into talking about the. Oh, look at those. Those look good, Walt. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, those look like Steyr mags.
You see, it has a mag catch on the back and a stop on the front, which if you look at an AR mag, look at this mag I happen to have, Patrick, here. Look at that one.
Oh, look at that! That's a good-looking magazine.
Look at that! Look at that cute little baby face on there.
Fantastic, man! That's a mag you could take to war and back.
It's like a baby looking in a mirror. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I really dig Patrick's emblem. Patrick's thing is like I don't know. I just think it's cool.
No, it's cool. Yeah, it's iconic. Don't get him more gas. He doesn't need to be so gassed up. He doesn't need to be so gassed up. By the way, that video that I said was up, I'll show it here in a second. Bushmaster has got suppressors out for anyone who's interested in that. Bushmaster's got suppressors out. We did a video on it. This is the 5.56 that is supposed to be is in the video. We were gonna do a 308 as well, but
the logo on the side.
Somebody can you see the MS? Can you read the MSR on there?
Who?
They got the little microtip symbols right up there.
Because they don't injection mold. Who made that for them?
I don't know.
It has the same details as like a mag pool. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So check it out. This is what the 5.56 can looks like after we've shot it.
I can't believe Hank wants to stop talking about a bullpup. What's wrong here?
No, we're still talking about bullpups. I'm just trying to show off.
We
shot this on a bullpup.
We put that poor can on a barrel. It's no more than 5 inches long, and
it held up.
That had to hurt. That had to hurt. That can was going, "Mommy."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's totally fine. Cruiseman says the BFP on his shirt is all worn off.
Oh, that's a shame.
Hold on a second. Edward Andrews says my first AR is a Bushmaster XM15 E2S AR-15 awesome shooter. Let's see if we can get that up in here. Boom. I don't know. Can this go? No, it can't go sideways. There you go. So yeah, very nice. I have a old Bushmaster that I'm gonna do something with. I bought a Bushmaster rifle.
Somewhere around here, I got a Bushmaster receiver.
Yeah, with the old logo on it. So I'm gonna do something with that. There were some complaints in there, though, with people saying like, "Oh, Bushmaster's working on suppressors." Instead of getting the ACR out.
Instead of supporting the ACR.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC. All right, there we go. Yeah, we got caught by that one. DCG 44 saw it though, so there you go. Check this out. Oh, by the way, Walt, if you go to the beginning, if you go look at that video, look, let's look at the beginning of that video. Oh, look at that. Yep. You saw it there for a second. I can rewind it again. Huh? Let's see. Go back. Whoop. Ooh, boom. Look at that. Awesome graphics.
On fire.
Yeah. So skip forward here in this video. We're talking about it. You guys need to go check out this video and like it and comment and all that kind of stuff while you're over there. While we're doing this, we got to shoot it. We shot this full auto. Let me see. Here, let's see if I can get me. It went fast. The full auto obviously goes fast. I mean, it's just a ride. It's a beautiful ride. Oh, it went to a commercial. Okay, we're gonna cut away from that. I don't even know what they're commercializing over there. I've noticed that YouTube is is backing off of some of their hatred of the gun guys. I'm seeing commercials running on some gun guys stuff again, which is interesting.
A little bit.
Don't fall for it. It's a trick.
Yeah,
It's a trap, as I said. It's a trap.
Oh, here's the British dude. Let me see if I can rewind this a little bit. The British dude. This guy's name was Will, right?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. So here you go, Prince Will of England, shooting the your M16 there, having a good old time. You know what's funny? That guy didn't want to just pull the trigger and do a mag dump.
He was being very at times
polite.
Very, like 3-4 round. He wanted to enjoy it.
Yeah. But I convinced him to just do a mag dump. I was like, dude, you're not gonna,
Not your ammo, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
You freshen up my Diet Coke a little bit?
I mean, when you're on somebody else's ammo, you got to do a mag dump.
Trust me, you guys were hard on my ammo.
We went hard.
Don't you guys? I didn't use any of it.
No.
Oh, what?
What? Was no. I told everybody, pick a gun up, pick a mag up, and shoot. I don't care really. But
I used my own magazines, and 22 and 9mm came from my bucket.
That was probably a $400. That was probably a $400 afternoon.
Oh wow!
That was a very expensive afternoon.
Yeah, it was. It was indeed.
At current prices, between 9mm, 223, 12-gauge shotgun, shot a shitload of 12-gauge shotgun.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? You know what?
Bad,
yeah. You know what we didn't shoot any of? No 50 BMG. No.
Oh yeah.
I gave you some ammo.
Oh, I know you did.
Yeah.
I know.
Why did we not? Why you didn't shoot any 50 yeah, I don't know, Walter. Why did we not shoot any 50 BMG?
I bring an upper. I bring ammo. I open the upper up. I just for fun. I look to see if it had a firing pin in it. Guess what?
No firing pin.
No firing pin.
Why won't you keep some firing pins in your little tool chest thing that you have?
That gun has not been to the SHOT Show. That gun, I don't understand the firing pin thing. I really don't fire anything.
Maybe a firing pin came out of that and went into something else.
You know the Keg 12 I had that my son accused me of not having a magazine spring in it?
Uh-huh.
There was a magazine spring in it. But there was some leftover crud from being sandblasted down the mag tube, and it jammed up the follower.
Mm.
We had that too. Was it a Galil that I sandblasted? That was the last one we did. We sandblasted and parked. We went and tested. No, I think it was the AK, the German AK. Sandblasted and parked it. Took it out and tried firing it, and it would not feed ammo. And I was like, "Oh fuck! Why is this not working? This thing should work fine."
It's full of grit.
cleaned the chamber out and did it again, and I was like, oh, we never cleaned it after we parked it. There was still nasty grit in it.
Yeah, you gotta typically you blast it, park it, and in the cooling water, I take it in the sink and just wash it like I'm giving it a bath and and work the action and everything else, make sure it's free.
We did not.
No, and I didn't clean that mag tube out on that shotgun either, and that was the problem. So
it's frustrating because you're like expecting, especially for an AKs that I built, I don't expect my AKs to not run. I'm pretty good at building those. I was so frustrated. And then I cleaned it. We went back out, and I was like, "Oh, that was a waste of a trip." All I had to do was clean the chamber out, and it would have worked.
I've had the Keg 12s. What happens when you blast a shotgun receiver? The grit gets behind those little fingers that let the rounds come out of the magazine.
Holds everything up.
And you got to get inside there and work them. They're like spring loaded. You got to work them and wash them, work them and wash them, work them and wash them, and that way all the sand comes out, and then it works fine. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a natural part of doing this whole thing. The stuff doesn't work or you forget stuff. I mean, so look, I actually showed this already on the show, right? Like, I already showed you guys this. So, basically, this is the SIG P320 with the SIG frame inside of a...
Well, Hank had a boo-boo. Hank had an oopsie over the week.
So, this is a Polymer 80 grip here that we have. And then the company that makes this is called Patmos, that makes the slide here, right? And I got that, the upper and this grip and everything came from JSD Supply, but inside of the gun, the FCU came from, it's a SIG Custom Works FCU that came from Barnauls, right? So I'm taking this out there to shoot it. I was like, okay, cool. I'll go out and hang out with Walter and make a video of this. I take this. I grab this. I'm like, oh, I need a magazine. Grab this magazine. Does anyone know? What the problem is?
We're so used to picking up Polymer 80s and just being back in it.
This is the magazine that I brought with me without even thinking about it. And then we get there, and I'm like, "Oh, wait a second, You know."
So let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Could you make a lower that frame uses the Glock mag in the SIG?
It would be cool.
I just thought the same thing. I literally was like, I wonder if that could function.
Because the Glock mags are so cheap and they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those P320 mags are freaking expensive, by the way.
Yeah, they are. It could be like $50
for one magazine.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody else we thought this, but that's what I was thinking. Don't tell anybody else.
I think that will be cool, but that's what I basically did. I basically grabbed a Glock magazine for a SIG and realized that I didn't have any SIG P320 magazines, so I didn't do anything. Babyface, what you got?
Oh, wait a minute. Shelly Fungus says Walt probably gets his ammo free, like Mac.
Walt pays.
The only free I know is on that Visa card. That's the only.
Yeah. Sometimes I get. First of all, nothing is free. That's one.
Yeah, you have to do something for everything.
Yeah, nothing is free.
Are we? Can I show this off?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel bad because this was sent to you and then passed along to me to do videos on. This is an 80% P320 insert that is also from JSD Supply.
Yep.
And this is going to be built into... so I think I have come up with what I want. I think what I'm going to end up doing is a M17, like the military guns, but instead of the SIG grip, I'm going to try the...
Wilson Combat?
Wilson Combat. I'm going to try a Wilson Combat grip. So, but yes, I need to put some money together because SIG stuff is very expensive.
Yeah, that is yours, courtesy of JSD Supply.
They believe me. It will get built, but SIG stuff is very, very pricey. It's not the same as Glock. Glock stuff is cheap nowadays.
Oh, because there's a lot.
Everybody's making it. Yeah, it's a rush to the bottom, but whew.
Yeah, everybody's making a Glock thing, but it was so I was so mad at myself. But it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I don't have P320 magazines.
Yeah, so you don't even have a mag anyways.
No, so I have to get magazines and then do something.
250 mags, won't it?
I don't know if I have. I need to look around and see if I have any 250 mags.
I thought you had a 250.
Yeah, even trying to get this mag into here just now, I messed this mag up a little bit, so don't really want to do that. But yeah, they don't fit right now. Someone should make a P320 frame like this that does accept Glock mags. Even a metal one, I'll be happy to try out. I think that'll be cool. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. That's just me. That's just me.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Shooting Gallery NE is sending me something. Hold on, let me play this. Let me play this thing from Shooting Gallery NE. Hold on, let me see if I can get. This is on the Tickety Talks. What the heck happened? Why is my Tickety Talks being interrupted? Hold on a sec. I gotta come back.
Did he put something on Tickety Talk about?
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there we go.
Yes. Have you seen this?
Like and follow if you can guess what's going on here. I think I know what's happening.
The craziest thing that they have to do there.
Yeah.
Oh, because those
yeah, you gotta.
You have to.
Is it pinning
you
it?
have a 20. You have a 21 round extended magazine that you have to pin to 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
yeah, I think this is a big video for him too. Let me see how many.
Yeah, because it's just sad.
Yeah.
Isn't that I'm getting scared. You're gonna have to turn that off. That high capacity magazine scares me.
I know, right?
This is crazy.
I'm offended. I'm offended. Turn it off.
Is this the pin that he's putting in here?
Yeah, you have to run in that pin and then
you
rivet it in.
Oh, sacrilege!
Oh,
so that's a 21 round magazine, extended mag, or 22, whatever it is, that has to be pinned. And
oh,
I think he was saying that.
That is like
have to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's
like
a
$5 magazine now.
Yeah, that's genital mutilation right there, man.
The shop gets guns in from SIG, and they come with the unpinned magazines. So he has to go through all of them and pin them to 10 rounds, which is. Could you imagine?
Yeah, he says that's a Shooting Gallery, and he says that's a $65 mag.
Now it's $5. $5. You defamed it. You deflowered it. You took it. You broke it.
Yeah, that's just nuts.
Just put your rounds in one at a time. That's it. Here's what you do. You get a bag. You tie a bag under the bottom of your gun, your SIG, if you're in, Massachusetts.
Dave.
You just put the bullets in the bag, and then just one at a time. Like you need a bullet one at a time. You put them in.
Speaking of Massachusetts,
old school style.
This is a pre-banned gun. You guys in Massachusetts would give you left and right nut to get a hold of one of these things.
Yeah. What are you selling it? Or
something? That is pre-banned, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I ain't selling it. Suffer.
Oh, come on, man. That's not cool. I know that the guy that I was talking to earlier on Facebook Messenger was telling me there's actually a lot of arm pistols in Maine. So I need an arm.
Too.
Yeah, I need an arm pistol. Babyface, you need one too, right?
I would have. I already told you I would own one if the right price came along.
Yeah, what's a good price? What's a good price on an arm pistol though?
They're pretty collectible.
I know.
No, they're terrible guns. They're terrible guns, Patrick. These are hard. Like people should just give these away. I think this is what I think should happen.
I can't remember exactly what I paid for that, but I have a feeling it was in the grand 10 Walther bucks or 11 Walther bucks. I think. So.
That's what I was thinking. Something like that's probably what it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, what does anyone know what these were when they first came out? Like what they were selling them for?
They were probably in that $250 range, probably something like that. Because at one time you could buy an AR-15 for $250.
Yeah. Wow. Shooting Gallery, and he says, I've been looking for one at the shop for you, Hank. If I see one come through, I'll give you a call. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find an original advertisement for it that would have a price on it.
Oh man, yeah, I would like to have one of those.
Guns and ammo, or
like an old Shotgun News ad.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Walter was supposed to be arranging a situation where I could acquire one of those, but I don't know, man.
If
I haven't
ever
seen that
created my own
gentleman since
website,
COVID. So.
It would be I've always thought it'd be cool to have a reference material site that all it is like gun mags,
old prices,
gun
so you can cry.
And it's just pictures upon pictures of old gun ads.
So you could just cry all day about what guns used to cost.
But it's really interesting. You look at some of the stuff and you're like, wow, I can't believe it went for that then. But then you look at inflation.
Yeah.
Walter, how much money were you making in 1985,
I mean, when I bought my HK91 was around
Jesus.
85, 86, and I think it was $650.
Well, Hank, you were internet famous. I did a Bushmaster Arm Pistol advertisement. Your video is in the second row, and then there's an ad from the thing from the Firearms blog, Bushmaster Arm Pistol with Hank Strange.
Yeah, I think the Firearms blog shared that video when I put it up.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, thank you, Walter. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I'm not Military Arms Channel, but I do have a couple guns.
Oh, Mac came out with a video.
2016.
Mac had a video. I'm pretty sure Mac had a video on the arm pistol, didn't he?
December 12th, 2016.
Yeah, that was so long ago. Damn.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
That was, man.
2016. Trump had just got into
Jeez.
office. That feels like forever ago.
That was the good old days.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Was Trump
I'll be right
actually
back.
in office back in those days?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Yeah, that was a while, yeah. Yeah. That seems like a long time ago, really.
Yeah, when gas prices were like, $2.50 a gallon or $2.25 or whatever they were,
Yeah. Armament and Axes, Walter, is saying, I don't need an arm pistol. Okay. That's fine.
Well, most people don't, to be honest with you.
No,
but
you don't need it. You don't need it. I'll take one,
But
though. I'll take
This
one.
would look awfully nice in the collection.
Yeah, I would like to have one of those, yeah.
That's even got a scary bayonet lug on it, too. Look at that.
I'm telling you, that's a chunky bayonet lug.
Well, that's an add-on, just a clamp-on. Or a
Oh, okay.
strap-on bayonet lug, as we'd say. Strap-on.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, no batteries included or necessary. No, listen, man. So for me personally, that's like when you're gonna collect stuff and people say, "What should you collect?" Collect what you like. Collect whatever you want, whatever floats your boat.
I mean,
So
my collection genres or ideas of I say that I'm not a knife collector, but I got a fuckload ton of bayonets.
yeah,
So I guess I am a knife collector. I just don't admit it.
yeah.
Yeah. So
No, I think there are a lot of people that collect bayonets too. I remember I was sending you some pictures. I think someone was on the podcast with some cool bayonets. Because I remember
I've been trying to think of a way to display them or show them, and there's really not any real good way to do it. So
yeah. What was the gun that you had the most fun shooting over
This weekend?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Because I brought a bunch of guns out. My English friend was in town, so I figured I'd show him a good time with the guns, and he likes it. And he knows when we go to England, he usually takes care of us too. So it was.
Yeah.
But as far as fun to shoot, what I like to shoot, God.
I mean, I think the M16 hands down, but I guess that's kind of like, I mean,
Well, I'm jaded. I like to watch other people shoot it and get their reactions.
it's fun. I always enjoy shooting. I think that's one of the best machine guns. Like a Uzi is nice. That's just a nice little chug. I like that little micro Uzi. Was that you that had the micro Uzi,
No,
or is that's Richard?
That's the Hoff. Yeah.
Yeah, the Hoff has that little micro Uzi. That was cool.
I love the Swedish K or the Port Syed, or I want to say it. Once again, it's not very exciting, but you can just like, and the barrel doesn't even move,
Go ahead.
My Sten gun that I call the Junkyard Dog, the one that's a vertical Sten with a 10-inch tube that runs really fast. I like to shoot that. MP5K.
Oh yeah, that was good.
MP5K.
Yeah, the
K is so
MP5K was
fun to
good.
shoot.
Yeah, I was looking at Sean and like his stepson.
Thomas.
Yeah, shooting. Yeah, that kid. You know what? That was actually the fun part for me, just watching that kid.
Watching him shoot.
And he was on such good behavior, He kept coming up to me going like, "Oh, I loaded a magazine for you if you want to try out the Uzi." I was like, "Oh, this kid, he's on his P's and Q's."
I think he figured out if he wasn't on good, if he wouldn't just shoot a damn thing.
Yeah, no, he was so. I mean, to be honest with you, he's never a bad kid. Like I've seen him a whole bunch. He's always he's always a good kid. But he was like super extra nice.
Anybody that loads mags for you must want some.
Yeah, but it was so much fun to see. Like, in the beginning he wasn't shooting full auto because his His mom and dad were there. But, you know, the Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran-owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com. Yeah, so Sean started him off slow, like just shooting semi-auto.
One at a time. Oh,
yeah, but I was sitting there because I was looking when he graduated to full auto. Man, that kid was pumped. He was pumped up. I don't know. You remember that, Patrick, right? That Patrick,
the
why
youngin that was there?
Yeah, that was the fun part.
Patrick? Why are you what?
Why are you going in and out? I don't know.
Am I going in and out?
Yes.
I have no idea.
There's a delay a little bit.
Yeah,
so
that's weird.
Look like I have it too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's happening there. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that was fun. And Armory Access wants to know if the kid got to shoot full autos. Yes, he did.
Oh heck yeah! Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got to shoot the Uzi. He shot the Swedish K. He shot the Swedish K.
Mm-hmm.
MP5K.
MP5, yeah, MP5.
So right there, those three are like on a lot of people's adults' bucket list right there.
He liked the 22 that Patrick let him shoot. That's obviously just semi-auto, but
Colts. It was the Colt Woodsman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Colt Woodsman's nice. That's
yeah. I don't think he got a chance to shoot the M16.
No.
But
Woodsman has a nice trigger too.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to have stuff to dream and reach, for the... He got to shoot some cool stuff. Let me ask you this, Walter. Did you take my cases that Mr. Keller so graciously endowed to me?
They are at the shop.
Okay,
no
good.
Worries.
Okay, just making sure. I'm going to be coming over there to get them fixed up.
Get mounted.
Yeah. Your dad was, I'm telling you, Kellers are no joke, man.
So here's what my dad. This is what happened.
Do you know what I'm going to tell you? Okay, go ahead.
He was shooting his semi-auto PPS 43. He got his finger behind the bolt handle and it smacked it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was not cool.
Cracked his fingernail, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, how in the F did he do that?
He put his. I was looking at him. He put his hand there.
He's like shooting at ghetto or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, he put his hand there, but immediately he regretted that, unfortunately.
So he comes up to me and shows me, and I'm like, how'd you do that? That's what I said to him. And he goes, I guess I'm not going to get any sympathy from you. And I'm like, yeah, you're not, because that was like a stupid human trick. It's like, how did he get his finger up there to get? I don't know. He is. I mean, my dad is one of the unsafest people with guns. I'll be honest with you. He's like wandering around. We tell everybody to keep the thing pointed down range, and he's just wandering through the crowd with it, swinging the.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, give me that thing. I took it away from him one time. I said, give me that.
Your dad's awesome, man. You and your dad, he was so, so there's the bolts that I want to put on that backpack thing I have on the van.
Yeah.
And you and him were arguing about it. So when I was leaving, he was showing me, he was like, so Walter, I'm trying to tell him, but he won't listen, and he's showing me.
Oh, I got a whole box. I got a whole box of bolts. He gave me a box of bolts before he left.
Yeah, I was like, man.
He's got a lot of hardware in his shed there, and when he knows he has something you might need, he's very insistent on getting it to you. So,
listen, I appreciate it, man.
Well, we'll see if it all works out in the end.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, your dad has some really nice cases, by the way.
Yeah, he's got a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Patrick got a chance to look, or I don't know if Patrick even has room for any cases right now. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, but he's got some nice stuff.
Yeah.
He's got some nice stuff, so.
He gave those to you, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy it, but he.
You know, you probably wouldn't get that if Lola wasn't there. I tell you that right off the bat.
So can I tell you? Well, I don't know. But so here's what happened. Yeah, your dad likes Lola, but your dad likes the chocolate. This is established. We know.
Yeah,
His girlfriend previously was a black chick, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I met her before.
No, she lives in Bartow, Florida. They live a long ways away.
I don't think I met her.
Yeah.
But he met Lola. He was instantly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't stop talking.
He's in puppy heaven.
And he starts talking shit too. So you got
something. Lola was asking your dad something about like living out there or whatever, and he was like, it's okay. I like living out here on my own, but every now and then it would be nice to hear the voice of a woman.
Well, when you live out in the middle of nowhere, the women don't want to come live with you.
Yeah, I felt so bad. I was like, oh man, that's rough. Yeah, it's rough.
Well, that's his choice.
Yeah, I think, but he had that place. He's had that place for a while though.
Yeah, he's been out there for a while now.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Hey, you missed it. Hank Strange, you missed the best part of the whole day.
What
After
happened?
you left, we shot for a while longer,
Mm-hmm.
and we were shooting at this one tree that we'd shot up previously, and it was getting really rough looking. But the whole point was we're going to try to shoot it down. I give it a volley of like, me and William both let it have it, a whole full magazines of 12 gauge double up. Pow, 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 pow. And finally, William shooting it the last time, it fell over.
What?
It was
that
epic.
big ass tree
boom.
that was like a big tree that you guys are shooting
That was
at.
about 18 inches in diameter or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So
okay. Do you have this on video?
And did a victory dance on top of the tree, and
Oh yeah, William had a great time. That's for anyone who's listening. Actually, he's in the video that we just put up. He's this a British guy that. Where do you guys know that William from? Is he like a tank guy?
William's a military vehicle guy, like me. So
okay.
we met him in those circles, and then when he was over here visiting one time with Sean Darren, and
Mm-hmm.
then we've been over to England a couple times visiting with them. And, yeah, so we're buddies. Yeah.
Yeah. He had a good time. That guy had a good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he loves it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As most English men, real men, are they like guns and they like that stuff.
Men in general, what person have you met that you put a gun in their hand and they don't enjoy shooting? I've never met anyone.
I've never met a man or woman that like shot a gun and then was like, "Oh, I hate this." I know it exists, but I've never.
I know there's ones that are scared of stuff, but once they shoot it, then they're like, "Oh, that's
their eyes light up."
Yeah.
Especially machine guns. The giggle that you get out of somebody when you put full auto in their hands is even better.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And
he was doing some stuff with Sean where he was like walking up. I think with one of those shotguns, he was like walking up on stuff and blowing it up, man.
I told him to do
look
that
on his
because
face.
we had a flat screen TV that I picked up on my block. Somebody put out for the garbage man, and I was tired. We were shooting it with a rifle, and it was just hitting it and going through it. I said, William, go up there and show that shotgun, show that TV what it's about with that shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking cut the thing in half with the shotgun. So it's like,
someone is DCG44 says BFP looks like a dubbed Chinese movie, but I don't see it anymore. When I see him talking, he's coming through now.
Okay, as long as it's working, I'm keeping my mouth shut because I don't know what's happening.
It is for me. I mean, BFP has the highest upload download of all of us, even beating Walther.
More than me.
Yeah,
More than me.
Yeah, but who knows what he's doing over there?
Too much porn.
He's getting that special porn.
Oh, he's got his
that
Jackie
gold
Chan
label. That gold label stuff or whatever. Or he's, to be honest with you, he's probably playing some kind of game or researching.
No, I'm not. I'm literally not doing anything. I'm just sitting here looking at the internet. I've not done anything.
You're looking at what on the internet?
Facebook. I was on Facebook.
Oh.
I'm trying to. Okay, I will throw this out there. I'm trying to find a trigger or figure out what I want to.
A Galil.
Oh, for the Galil, the Galil.
So I don't know what I'm doing yet. The springs for the trigger, unobtainium. They don't exist in the world anymore.
Yeah, DCG44 said the delay ended. Why is it so difficult for you to get this trigger? What is the problem with?
You
Yeah.
You can't use
What
an
was
AK trigger spring? Or hammer? Is it trigger or hammer spring you need?
Hammer spring. If I went and bought a hammer spring, I probably could pull an AK trigger together and make it work. That's what I'm trying to decide. Do I want to try to find an original Galil trigger? Do I want to buy an AK hammer spring, which would make one of the AK kits work? Or do I want to just go balls to the wall and buy one of those ALG, like really nice ALG triggers and put in there for like $70? I don't know.
Is there an ALG for the Galil?
No.
You have to use the ALG AK trigger and then just do a little bit of modifying to make it work. So yeah, since we already got past the gun porn,
And we're talking about. Oh, now he's going to show. Now he's going to show us. Okay.
now you're gonna show us. No, you guys skipped right past me.
No, we didn't skip past you. What are you talking
I've
about?
been chomping at the bit, and you skipped right past me.
I don't think so, but okay, go for it.
You guys were too busy talking about bullpups, and then you got off the bullpups. You had to talk about and then you right past me.
Okay, go ahead.
So if you want to see the next episode of this video, check back tomorrow because it's not out yet. I haven't finished editing it, so it'll probably be up tomorrow.
But you got to fill us in on what exactly is the saga of, for the people out there who have. And by the way, there's lots of people in England who listen to this. People in Italy, all over the world. What's up, Walt?
How did that? I noticed you said you'll never touch one of those receivers again in your life. How did the replacement receiver go?
Oh yeah, good question.
The replacement receiver was perfect. It was spot on. Everything looked great. It's in good shape. The problem comes when the gas port is already drilled and the barrel is already headspaced to the old receiver.
Oh, from the other one.
So when you timed it, the head spacing was off and the gas port was at like 45 degrees to the left. So the only thing you can do there is cut the shoulder back, then cut the face of the barrel back, then rechamber the barrel, and then cut the ramp into the barrel. So
how much barrel? So you lost barrel length?
No, not really.
Not significantly. Okay.
And very little. But it was enough. It was like 3 hours worth of work, so it was enough to piss me off that they screwed the first one up for me.
Yeah, that's kind of like the rabbi cuts the wrong thing and then decides I'm just going to cut more off.
Basically, it was yes, and the Jewish joke is not lost on me because it's an Israeli gun. But no, it's headspaced thanks to Walther's gauges. It is now headspaced. I chambered it on Friday. I worked.
Yeah.
Saturday.
So is Walther getting those gauges back, or?
I was supposed to bring them on Sunday. I even placed them on the bench so I would remember to take them on Sunday, and I completely forgot them. They're sitting on the bench.
Okay, good. The next time when you need them and you're harassing Walther for his own gauges.
Well, yeah, I know where they're at.
Yeah, I mean, which I enjoy this because when I harass you for my stuff, you get mad. You're like, oh, why you think I always have your stuff?
I never take your stuff. I don't have any of your stuff.
Okay.
I do have Walter's stuff, though. But no, this is now, as it sits, it is now, the barrel is on, it's all timed, it's head spaced, the front sight lock is pinned in place. It's basically ready to test fire, other than I need a trigger, and I probably will just get a, like, Tapco G2, just an AK trigger, and just make it work, so... we're real close. We are real close. And by the way, Walter, I don't know if you have looked. I don't know if you have any of these. You can't hear me.
No, I don't know. You have to say it again.
Walter, I don't know if you have any of these, but the bipod, unobtainium, and the carry handle, even more unobtainium. Those things don't exist. There are guys that are asking $300 for a bipod and $250 for a carry handle.
Holy cow!
Man. You should have seen if Mr. Keller had any.
He don't got none.
He is. Oh, okay.
I can tell you that right now. I know what he's got. He ain't got that. So.
Damn.
And if you ask him, he won't know what the hell you're talking about, anyways. So.
Oh, he's not into these. He's not into these.
No. He likes to mess with the stuff, but that would get him in a. He'd be liking, well, let me take a look. I'm looking for days, you know. So
yeah. For some reason, we can't even hear Patrick.
I hit the wrong button. Trying to talk to Mr. Keller was very entertaining.
Yeah.
especially on a hot range.
Oh yeah. Me and Hank.
Really?
Okay, so here we go. Me and Hank are trying to do a little video stuff. You know, do a little filming on one side, and my dad is talking to Dick's dad. Not my dad's talking to Sean's dad, and there's two old guys.
Yeah,
talking.
Sean's dad's name is Dick.
Yeah, it goes by Dick. His name's Richard, but it goes by Dick. Because he was telling me he was posting on some internet site or something, and if you put Dick in, it turns it to duck. It wouldn't put Dick in. Anyways,
oh boy.
So just as me and Hank are going to have a little conversation filmed, little intro stuff, my dad and Dick have to start conversation in the background, and that's the last thing you want is hear somebody like, "Hey, yeah, I know that." Hey,
they did, but they didn't stop, right? Because I saw that you, when I was editing, I saw that you stopped the thing and you went back to talk to them. But when you look at the video, you can still hear them talking. They didn't give a crap.
Dick Darren looked at me like I was cutting his nuts off or something. I'm like, can you guys just keep it down a little bit? We're gonna film.
You can't tell old dudes, man. Old dudes don't care.
Oh, my dad doesn't like to tell what to do either.
Yeah, they don't care.
I get away with it a little bit, but his ears turn off as soon as you start talking stuff he don't like. So
yeah, no, it was. I don't know. Listen. I thought it was cool seeing the old dudes.
My son says I do that too.
Yeah,
but not in the same way. No.
Yeah. Oh. No, Will was going in. When I was like, Walter, can you just keep some firing pins in the thing? Will was like,
I've been telling him that for 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. So trust me, I know how it is. It's listen, it's like kids. If someone has really bad kids, and they're not your kids, you always think that's cute. You're like, oh, that's cute. Because you don't have to deal with that.
Well,
if you don't have to deal with it, it's cool. But at some point, it's coming for everybody.
I ain't got no time for no really bad kids because I didn't get away with that stuff with my dad. My dad would have slapped me upside the head if I was doing that kind of stuff. So.
But this is the riddle. This is the riddle of the Sphinx. Okay, this is the riddle of the Sphinx. What starts out crawling, then walking, then running, and then in its twilight winds up crawling again, something like that. Yeah. The riddle of the Sphinx. It's man. He starts off crawling, and then walking, then running, and then just comes up. That's all of us. One day me and you are gonna be really old, and Patrick will have to deal with us.
I'm gonna put somebody. Hank will be the technological one, so he'll have like a power chair. But Walter, I could see just having a regular wheelchair.
I'm gonna have a tracked one with a V8 in the back.
One thing, I'm not putting any chips in, but I will get some bionic legs so I could kick the shit out of someone.
Nothing with no electricity. We're gonna have burning. We can be burning fossil fuel in my wheel.
Oh, you're gonna be steampunk? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be a terrible old man. I am very sure of that.
I remember my grandfather. My grandfather, not my dad's dad, but my mom's dad. He was kind of a character, guy. He'd say what he wanted to the waitresses, when they'd come up and talk to him, and all that kind of stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah, you get a certain license when you get old. It's cute, I guess.
There's something about like young waitresses. If you're the right type of old man who has just that right amount of flirt, waitresses love it. I don't know why. Maybe it just makes their day or something.
It also tips.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, yeah. Is there a what is the male because like the Oedipus complex is like, Oedipus complex is when a dude is in love with like his mom. What's the male version of that when a chick is like someone like their dad kind of thing? What's the flip of the Oedipus complex? You see how the women leave us out, man? Would be it's
that father thing. Yeah.
Oh, it's the Electra complex. Yeah. I am gonna lean heavily on that when I'm an old dude.
Girls, waitresses with daddy issues.
I'm gonna lean very heavily on that. I'm definitely gonna be rocking like a Rolls Royce or something like that.
I'm still gonna get in trouble for that because I think someone probably outlived me. So.
Well, I mean, yeah. We can only hope. This is how it goes. But I'm gonna be a terrible old man. I reserve the right to be a horrible old dude. Okay, I reserve that. I've been good all the way up till when I get old. I don't know. Like when I get to like 80, if I make it that far, I'm gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah, what are you doing over there, son?
I'm gonna be pretty terrible. I'm gonna torture my kids. So
give me that ginger beer, you winch. Get over here.
We're taking a break. I'm not saying that. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com. All right, there you go. You guys should have heard Walter giving the commentary in the background. But
in the background.
Yeah, but it mutes out. Walter, you haven't seen that happen yet since we set it up, have you? Because you haven't been here.
I think you've done it before. You played it before.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. Quintessential, yes. Lola put that all together, so kudos to Lola.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
I gotta be very nice to Lola when I get old.
You better be.
I have a feeling Lola will just leave me in places.
She'll go find some crazy white dude that works up to chocolate.
Yeah, your dad tries to put his best Mac game on every single time, and I'm just like, this is funny. But listen, I get it. It's
what did
rough.
He say to you? What did he say to you?
It's rough out here for an old dude, man. It's rough out there for the old dudes. Listen, you know what we could do? We could send him to Ghana. Seriously. I mean,
no.
No? You don't want those troubles. Walter doesn't want to have to clean up any of the messes that's going to come out of that. Yeah, you might have a bunch of brothers and sisters, man. Send your dad off to Ghana. You'll have a bunch of mulatto Kellers out there.
I'm not going to do that to those Guineans.
Ghanaians, yeah.
Ghanaians, yeah. I'm not going to do that to them.
Boy.
That ain't right. You don't do that to them.
Right. You never know. He could become a chief. We can make him a chief or a prince or something like that of a village over there. Listen, he might really enjoy that, man. That's probably better than the villages. Okay?
Just let him cut his trees down up there. As long as his chainsaw's running, he's happy. It doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was complaining to me that he was like, I told Walter to get a bulldozer and bulldoze this place. I was like, really? Okay. Yeah, you got to get that bulldozer, Walter.
He's got more bulldozer money than I got. I got other projects, but
yeah, absolutely. Okay, listen. Oh, Flying Rich says Walter does not want a new mom. Oh yeah. I want to see this. When I went to Alexis's wedding, all of Peggy's family, they were asking me. I told you this, right? They kept asking me who I was, and I kept going, I'm Walter's son. And they're like, what? I was like, Walter likes the chocolate. Back in the old days. For some reason they had to find out like how I knew you or whatever. No one was asking Lola that. Okay. They were asking me that. So just ask me questions like that, I give stupid answers. So
ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies.
Right, exactly. Okay, listen, we got to wrap this up. We're over the 9 o'clock hour. Okay. We're having too much fun, too much partying going on here.
It's Monday.
Yeah, Free for All Monday, absolutely. So I'm gonna let these guys break down Babyface. We'll start with Babyface. How can the people support you? How can the people see your stuff, Babyface?
YouTube.com/babyfaceP. I have a video coming out tomorrow, Tuesday the 5th, for anybody that's listening to this later on. It's going to be the next episode in the series about the Galil, the infamous Galil. Beyond that, Instagram is baby_faceP, as in the letter P, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think you have a Facebook, which is...
I never use it. If you look babyfaceP on Facebook, it may come up, but I never use it.
It's babyfaceP1, the number 1.
Okay.
BabyfaceP, the number 1 on Facebook. I tag you there all the time, but yeah, you're anti-Facebook.
Oh, yeah. I don't like social media in general. I use it because I have to.
Yes. Until Elon Musk buys out all of Twitter, that's where we're all gonna live.
If Twitter ever became a non-shithole like it was when people used to tweet on the toilet and was just fun, I'd go use it. But right now, it is for people to argue, and I don't want no part of it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure exactly what he's up to, but we'll see what happens with that. Okay, Walter.
Yes, sir.
What are all the places the people could see your stuff? Where is all the Walter bits hanging out?
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for both Safety Hour Firearms and Dirtfoot Racing. Stent Parts is just stentparts.com at the moment. Yeah, check that out. Or you can use the telephone, that old thing called telephone. Crank it up.
They pick up around that shop.
Do you still have do you still have the Glock parts?
I have Glock barrels, yeah.
You got barrels. Okay, so Walter still got barrels left over.
We haven't morphed into more parts yet. We were looking into that, but it hasn't happened quite yet. So
okay,
but yeah,
all right.
Barrels, so.
Yes, there you go. And I'm trying to remember who is on tomorrow, which I know Lola told me, but I already forgot of who's coming on tomorrow. Sometime this week, I've got Roy from Barnauls coming on with Cigars and Guns. That's happening this week. You know who's coming on? I think tomorrow the 3D printing guys are coming on. What's up, Walt?
KP Arms KE Arms has a 9mm polymer lower now that holds an assembly.
Oh, they do? Okay.
I saw a video on Forgotten Weapons today.
Oh, yeah, I know they were making slides. They were making like the slides and all that.
And Barnauls is going to be the peeps with it. So.
Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Yes. Okay, so I think tomorrow is the 3D printing guys coming on. So I think Van is coming on. I'm not sure if anyone else is coming on with him, but we're going to be getting into some 3D printing tomorrow. So just bear that in mind. And obviously, you guys have to join us back for that. Here's who's doing Words of Wisdom. Are we going to Walter? Yeah. Okay.
I have some.
Yeah, Walter,
you're gonna real simple words of wisdom.
Yeah, hold it. Hold your fire. So words of wisdom coming up. We'll see you guys. Let me run in if I could press. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. Big shout out to everyone in the Utreon live chat while we're doing this. We are gonna rip the audio out of this and throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places to listen to audio podcasts. We are part of the Firearms Radio Network, and people are listening to us all over the world. Shout out to all those beautiful Italian women who are out there enjoying our very manly, sexy voices. Yes, just bombshells.
Oh, shout out to all the beautiful women all over the world.
Yeah, all the beautiful women all over the world, everywhere around the world. Of course, we care. Send us pictures. No, okay, Walter doesn't want to see the pictures. Okay, words of wisdom, Walt. What you got?
Happiness for one old guy is a sharp chainsaw, a working chainsaw, and lots of trees to cut down.
That's a good chainsaw on trees makes for a good afternoon.
I hear so much about those damn trees up there that he doesn't like. So,
okay, that's it. Just happiness is a good chainsaw. A sharp chainsaw.
Happiness is a sharp chainsaw blade, I guess. Oh,
okay.
He's coming down. He told me today on the phone he's coming down at the end of the week. And we are gonna go to Lowe's or Home Depot and look at some chainsaws.
Oh,
and I'm like, okay. So
Oh, this is cool. I need some chainsaws to have access to. The other day there was a tree that fell down on our fence and we had to fix it up. I could have used a chainsaw, but
there
You
you
need
go,
one.
man.
Yeah,
Chainsaws are very
absolutely.
important.
Yeah, now I know
Electric.
where to get that from. Yes, absolutely. I
Electric
think I
and a
gave
long
one of
cord.
you guys my last chainsaw that I had to fix up. Who's got the chainsaw?
Oh,
I don't got it.
wait,
I ain't got it.
Which one of you guys has the chainsaw?
I don't have a chainsaw.
Not
I don't
me.
even own a
I
chainsaw.
I fixed the weed whacker, but I ain't got the chainsaw.
That's a weed whacker.
Oh, okay. Was that okay? I gotta find that chainsaw. Somebody needs to fix up that. We're coming back around at some point on hurricane season.
Hurricane
That's one.
season.
Yes.
June 1st.
Yeah, we got to
Is
make
it really
hurricane.
June 1st?
Yeah,
Fire up the
coming up.
gen set. Get ready here.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go clean it out again.
yeah. We're gonna have to do that. I didn't since the last time I got that generator from Walter. I haven't
That
even
didn't run
touched.
good.
No,
I haven't even touched it.
We need to see if that thing runs after a year with that stuff that Walter put in it.
Well,
Yeah, that video is coming up. We're gonna make that video.
A year ago? That was a
We're
year
coming up.
ago?
We're coming
it
up
hasn't
on that.
been a year. I don't think. I don't think that's
Almost in a couple of months, it's gonna be a year.
Wow.
Yeah, in a couple of
That's
months,
fine.
it's going to be a year, and we're going to do that video all over again. Okay, so that is that. We will see you guys tomorrow. Big thanks to Babyface P and Walter of Safety Harbor Firearms for joining us here. Always appreciate you guys. Free for all Monday, always fun. We are out of here. I'm going to press the buttons. We'll see you all. Let's hit the buttons. Hit the buttons, right? Let's see. Hit the buttons.